What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Obviously, to get into Bryan Bresee and the Saints pick, which is kind of interesting, man, because there's not like it's almost a bit odd in that it feels like all of the Saints conversations have already been had because we were all talking about Bresee like constantly in the run up to the pick, and it was one of those weird nights where everything just kind of went according to plan. You weren't forced to trade up, right? Like you talked about, there was the Saints never got any intel that somebody else was gonna take Bresee, forcing their hand to get where they wanted to be to go get their guy. It feels like, I mean, we read all the quotes from Mickey Loomis on the show yesterday. When they have a guy, they zero in on him, and they are going to do whatever it takes to get him. And it feels like they think, and we all kind of see from the outside looking in, that Bresee matched the Saints' needs, and that was the focus. And lo and behold, he falls to you at 29. A very nice development for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I mean, this has been the pick for like a month.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about Bryan Bresee for, it feels like that long. And that's a good thing. That means they got the guy that they really had targeted. And you always knew that Jalen Carter was going to go ahead of where you were picking. You weren't quite sure. He goes 9, and then you have Cansey from Pittsburgh. You didn't really know. Maybe he would fall to you, but he goes all the way up at number 19. And so, okay, it's like you have a lot of the guys that you still like. Even when Mallsy Smith went 27, a couple of picks before you, I'm not sure that the Saints were ever incredibly high on him as far as him being the pick. So if you're a Saints fan, you feel really good about where you are. You didn't have to move up again, and you got a guy that we circled. And also, you still have every tight end outside of Dalton Kincaid available, right? And so now if you want to move up, T, you're at 40. You're only a couple of picks away. Hey, Pittsburgh, you don't need a tight end. We would love to have Michael Mayer be a New Orleans Saint. What does it take? What does it take to go from 40 to 32?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, we'll do it. We'll do stuff. So if you get Bryan Bresee and you get Michael Mayer in this draft, and let's say you give up, a third this year, maybe a fifth next year, something like that, to move up 40 to 32 to get Michael Mayer, who could possibly be the best tight end in this draft. If that's where you value him, that's when I'm okay if you move up, because you got your guy in round number 1. You would get your guy with your second pick, and you wouldn't have to give up a game-changing pick.
That is sexy. Now, for the first time this entire draft season, I'm feeling a bit tantalized, Jake. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.